After a 5-day manhunt, police arrested a suspect in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Meet 26-year-old Luigi Mangione.
Hey. As completely out of touch and as an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the living.
Police tracked him down by retrieving film from a nearby hostel that appeared to show him flirting with the front desk attendant. Creepy. From there, police found him at a random McDonald's in Pennsylvania where an employee had tipped them off.
It was a peaceful arrest, first and foremost. The officer quickly recognized the male as the suspect from the shooting. And within several seconds of the first contact, he had asked the suspect if he had been in New York City recently. And that really invoked a physical reaction from the suspect. He became visibly nervous, kind of shaking.
P.S. The shell casings from the bullets the NYPD recovered from the crime scene were written with the words delay, deny, depose. This was a play on words on the 3 Ds of insurance: delay, deny, defend, a criticism of the industry. That's a lot of creativity. This man had a serious vendetta against health insurance. When they found him at McDonald's, he also had a manifesto on his person that is sort of an admission of guilt. In it, he criticizes the surging profits of United Healthcare and other companies, all while American life expectancy has stagnated. These parasites had it coming, he allegedly wrote. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. Okay, so he's claiming he was a lone wolf, but we have no idea if he's mentally ill or a compulsive liar. But we do have his Twitter history. At first glance, he seems very intelligent, but the more you pour through his tweets, the more neurotic he seems. He did go to the University of Pennsylvania for engineering and computer science. I mean, he 3D printed his own gun, which had a long suppressor to mute the sound so as not to attract attention.
In all of my years of law enforcement, I have never seen a silencer before. And so that was really something that was shocking to us all.
This guy was no pauper either. His family reportedly comes from affluence. But about 6 months ago, Luigi left Twitter. He just went radio silent. His old company said he stopped working there in 2023, so he really dropped off the face of the earth. Some people online pieced together that he might have undergone transformative back surgery. He left reviews on books about back pain. Here's one guy's theory. All discussions of motive for Luigi Mangione have to start with his back pain. Anyone who has lived with it can tell you how debilitating it can be. There's no relief, you feel it constantly, such that your back starts to numb to ease the pain. All my friends that had back surgery say it never helped, but it's the most common prescription. This is a young, fit man who loved to hike and surf. That likely was taken from him, and he sought relief any way he could. Mangione moved to Hawaii for a year in 2023. A friend of his from there told the Times that he had suffered from painful back issues for most of his life and that it had been getting worse. His spine was kind of misaligned, he said. He said his lower vertebrae were almost like a half-inch off, and I think it pinched a nerve. Mangione apparently returned to the East Coast for surgery in mid-2023. Then in April 2024, Luigi reposted an article on Twitter arguing that shrooms is the best mental health treatment above therapy and medication. It was around this time that Mangione went off the grid, ceased contact with his friends and family, stopped posting on all his social media accounts. Texts from his friend in Hawaii went unanswered, and 2 of his other friends tagged him on Twitter in a desperate attempt to get him to respond. You made commitments to me for my wedding, and if you can't honor them, I need to know so I can plan accordingly, one friend said. Mangione's final recorded social media posts primarily centered on psychoactives, psychedelics, shroom microdosing, depression, and human psychology generally. Is it possible that Luigi went insane on drugs trying to treat chronic back pain? Yeah, but we don't really know for sure. He also engaged with stuff about masculinity and men's diminished state in society. This was a cerebral, enlightened brainiac who read a lot, but went cuckoo at some point, and he was radicalized into violence. To be fair, Ivy Leagues have been preaching lately that killing is a legitimate form of protest. October 7th. In his manifesto, Luigi said he was getting justice for the people harmed by health insurance, who he accused of putting profits above patients. But the people trying to place Luigi in a neat political box should stop trying. It's a mixed bag. In one sense, he seemed anti-woke, almost part of the Andrew Tate manosphere. But in another sense, he seemed to be a big fan of Ezra Klein, the founder of Vox, who is an old-school liberal. Mangione has been charged with 2 counts of second-degree criminal possession of a gun, 1 count of second-degree possession of a fake ID, and 1 count of third-degree criminal possession of a gun. Although Mangione is only a suspect, the ethics of the case should be fairly open and shut. No one deserves to be killed in cold blood on the street. Cue the deranged left, who, well before Mangione was arrested, began justifying the assassination because of their objections with for-profit health insurance. To them, Luigi is some sort of vigilante hero. Oh, and the jury is still out whether or not he's bisexual, because that's what's important to these apologists of cold-blooded killers. Journalists, like Taylor Lorenz, are so far gone that to them, the ends really do justify the means.
I do believe in the sanctity of life, and I think that's why I felt, along with so many other Americans, joy, unfortunately, because it feels like...
Serious?
I mean...
She used to work for the oh-so-reputable Washington Post, by the way. This is the same woman who doxed libs of TikTok because she didn't like her online content, but she yells at people on Twitter in 2024 for not triple masking. Here's her latest blog post. She's really making the case for why health insurance leaders deserve to die. She's not alone. Other nutty people on the internet are making, sexual compilations. The universal healthcare zealots have said, well, this insurance CEO is basically a murderer too. Actually, no. We are a sick, sick society. And if you want further evidence of our culture's decay, check out this weird, woke new ad from Jaguar, the car company.